hello. Oh, not sure. Hello, lovely to be here. I'm from New Zealand. That's the accent you can hear. It's nice to be here in Brighton. I should explain though, even in New Zealand, I do still have a weird voice. Doesn't explain it all, does it? I like to get that out of the way early as well, because it gets sort of a mixed reaction, you know? Some of you were like, that's funny. That's a funny voice. You know? And then the rest of you were like, oh, thank God she knows. We can laugh. Please do. I worry that someone's going to run up on stage, start trying to Heimlich me. Like, help, she's choking on a kazoo. You know what's going on? No, look, it's true. Like, not all disabilities are visible. Some are audible. That's what this is. I like it though. Yeah, I get some crazy questions. People ask crazy stuff. Like a lot of people, they go, oh, who else in your family sounds like that? What? None of them. No one else in the world sounds like this. What? My mum didn't have like a secret affair with a leprechaun. She didn't have to sit me down one day like, oh, Becky, your dad's not in the army. He's at the bottom of a rainbow. No. But, you know, that is one of the dangers of inhaling helium whilst pregnant. So, I don't warn you at the doctors, I know. No, I get crazy questions. A lot of people, even in New Zealand, people thought it was an accent. They'd be like, oh, where are you from? What? Here. Same place as you, what? But I don't know if when people were asking that, if they were like hoping for my sake, oh, it's just an accent. Or if they were secretly hoping somewhere there's a land where everyone sounds like this. Yeah. I don't know. Just planning their next holiday. Oh, Disneyland's looking a bit expensive, so I guess we'll just take the kids wherever this freak's from. Eh? No, not to sound like that. I do get questions a lot more actually as well when I'm out drinking, because sometimes I have a few wines, I get a bit excited, it gets higher. Yeah, hard to imagine. You know, like a glass of wine, I'm like, woohoo! 2 glasses, woo! Whole bottle, only dogs can hear me. I mean, you laugh, but I got drunk in a park the other day. Chaos. No, but I don't like to go on about it too much. On an unrelated note, I've got a boyfriend, which is, I know, quite, worrying. People say, oh, did you meet him on the apps? I say, no, I found him on a list. He hates that joke. Well, you know, neither of us can go to parks, so it works out quite well. He's not a fan of that one either, actually. But he's not here. But we've moved to England together. I've been here almost 2 years now. Been living in London, and I like it. I like what you've done with the place. It's good. You're so polite. Oh, my gosh, I love how polite you are. You're always apologising. Oh, my God. Even your buses apologise. Have you seen this? It's like, sorry, not in service. Lovely. Ours, to be fair, ours do say not in service. But in Australia, theirs just say, get a car, cunt. That's right. It's different over there. Well, no, I like your lingo as well. I've been getting the hang of your lingo. It took me a while because at first I thought that a roadman was like a man who worked on the road. Yeah, like a road worker. And when I first got here, I needed some money. I was like, I think I could be a roadman. Friend was like, Becky, you can't be a roadman. Excuse me, women can be whatever men can be, actually. I'm sure there's training, and I've heard the money's very good. But it turns out there's more money in rubbish disposal anyway. It's going to be a waste man. I like to do that joke just to check I got the definition right. But no, I do like it here. I love your trains. Oh my God. So, we don't have passenger trains in New Zealand. I know. You want to get on a train in New Zealand, you got to pretend to be a log. Honestly, they won't let you on. And then they'll let you on. But I like yours. Yours are great. I've been getting trains everywhere. I love playing the train game. I don't know if you guys have played this. You know when you get to the platform and there's that digital billboard that says when the train is expected to arrive. But then you got to guess when the train will actually arrive. You know, it says 10 minutes. You think, oh, surely 10 minutes. And then it changes. 14. What? Sometimes it counts down. Goes 13, 12, 11. What's next? Surely 10. 20. What? You're never leaving. I just would love if other things did that. Like, imagine if NASA did that. Hello? So they were like, Houston, clear for takeoff. Clear for takeoff. Blast off in 3, 2, 5, 4, 27. 27. 20. Actually cancelled. Don't worry, we're going to send a bus. It's a rocket replacement bus for anyone. No, but I do. What's been happening to me a lot on your trades, actually, people have been asking me to watch their bags. I know. Oh, a promotion. Oh. From passenger to security guard. Hey. Pretty good considering I started at log, you know. It's the latter. And, well, I was kind of surprised. I thought, oh, okay, I must give off the vibe of, like, you know, trustworthy, you know, responsible. I also do, I don't know if you guys do this, immediately, I, like, watch their bags like a hawk for, like, 5 seconds and then forget about it completely. You know, then they come back, they're like, oh, thanks so much. You're like, fuck, is it still there? But I thought I must have a trustworthy vibe, you know, because I sort of thought I have the vibe of, like, if someone tries to steal your bag, the fuck am I going to do about it? What? Like, I go to the toilet, ask a stranger to watch my bags. That's the safest my bags have ever been. I've started asking people to watch my bags while I'm still sat there. That's over. And then I steal their bags. It's a good distraction. No, but I don't know, like, what am I going to do? I could try, you know, use my scary voice. Stop it! Yeah, it's actually higher. My scary voice is higher. No thief's ever come home like, oh, terrible day. I was going to steal this bag, and then I think one of the Muppets asked me to stop. It's Spencer's time now, and... No, not very tough. And I had this confirmed, actually. I just confirmed that I'm not very tough because I went on a trip. I went to Italy, and I love that. I've been going on so many trips. I love that you guys, Europe's so accessible. It's so exciting. Like, New Zealand's in the middle of nowhere. And so I just love you can, like, hop on a train and be in France. That's crazy. Or, you know, hop on the wrong train, be in Crawley. But, so I went to Italy, and we went there and we went cliff diving. We met this girl at the hostel, me and my boyfriend, and it was her idea. She wanted to do it, so a bunch of us went. And then when we got there, she chickened out. She couldn't do it, okay? We actually do cliff diving quite a lot in New Zealand. It's not really a big deal. We actually just call it jumping off stuff. It's actually one of our main modes of transport. Faster than a train. And so when we got there, so my boyfriend goes, oh, no worries, I'll go first. So Tom jumps off, and then gets to her turn again. I said, how about now? She still couldn't do it. So I went off, didn't even hesitate, all right? Jumped straight up, pretty big cliff, pretty impressive stuff, I thought. And then as I came up for air, I thought, that was pretty tough of me. You know, that was pretty cool, right? Pretty sexy, actually. But I wonder what they're saying about me. And turns out what they were saying, because Tom had already made his way back up, is one guy turned to the first girl and said, oh, well, if she did it, you've got to do it. I don't know if any of you have ever been the barometer for being a pussy before. Didn't feel as sexy as I had planned. I was like, what do I have to do, you know, like with this voice? I feel like I could kill a man, you know. And the overwhelming verdict from the jury would be, how embarrassing for that man. I'd get away with it, you know. His family would be like, look, we'll drop the charges. You just don't tell anyone it was you. It's not how we'd want to be remembered. I feel like I could join the army, go off to war. One of the good ones. Controversial. Come back, like surely now I'm objectively tough, objectively quite brave. And then the recruitment campaign would come out. It would just be a picture of me with the slogan, well, if this squeaky little fuck can do it. Embarrassing. But I've been going on a lot of trips, which is nice. I went skiing. I'd never been skiing before. And Tom, he's quite a good skier. So I thought, that's nice. We'll go together. That'll be good. Yeah, honestly worse. What an asshole. So, it turns out skiing quite hard. And I couldn't get the hang of turning like that. And it turns out that's also how you slow down. So I was just kind of booking it down these cliffs. And, there's only so many times you can say, hey, that 4-year-old ran into me. Got embarrassing, I had to just try, make it look intentional. Just start flipping them off as I went past, to save face. And but towards the end of the day, I started to get the hang of it. And I got really excited. I started cheering. I was like, I'm doing it. I was yelling, and Tom was behind me. He's like, yeah, you got it. And I got so excited, and I was yelling so much that the people in the chairlift above me started cheering for me. I know, lovely. But then as I was listening to them, I sort of realised I'm in full ski gear. Okay, so all they've got to go off to guess, who's under the goggles is my height and my voice. Becomes kind of obvious from what they're yelling. They've assumed I am a child. Being taught to ski by her dad. Honestly, just felt nice. They were proud of me. I just went with it. I got carried away. I started flossing. It's embarrassing. Lovely day, though. Well, until we got to the end and Tom grabbed my ass. I was like, oh, no. Dad, we got to go. I've got school in the morning. But I do like it. It's just skiing. I think is silly sport. It's a silly sport. Another silly sport. I think the silliest sport, horse riding. More of a sport for the horse, I would argue. But I think because I just think horse people are so weird. Do you guys call them horsey people? I think we call them horse girls. Don't know why we've narrowed it down. But do we have any horse girls in? Yeah, in the paddocks, aren't they? Well, they're so weird, but I think it's good. Oh, someone just smashed a glass. Well, that's one way to do it. Good review, isn't it? So funny. Could not... I would say that's 2 stars. We just need 3 more, and I'm killing this. But if someone could bring a broom... Oh, no. Oh, naughty naughties. Oh, well, that's good for you. Yeah, a big Saturday night. Where was I? I've been through around now. Oh, horse girls. So weird. But I think I say that because I had a phase as a horse girl. I think a lot of us do, I think all girls, you get to about 12 and there's a month there where you're just I want a horse so bad. Give me a cheer if that happened to you. See? And I think it's because, horses, they're quite muscly, and... Yeah, I think we find them sexy and... Look, it's just, it's 12, puberty, that kind of time where you're you still think boys are gross, but you're kind of warming to the idea of, something big and muscly and, hairy that you can ride. And I think that's why we like him. Also, I don't think we should ride horses. I think it's rude. I think it's the height of rudeness to get on a horse and then make it go where you want to go. I feel if you were hitchhiking, I think you should only be allowed to ride a horse somewhere that's on its way anyway. You get on, he's like, oh, no, that's near my house. I'll drop you off. If you were hitchhiking, this couple pulls over, they're like, oh, hey, we're going to London. Is it any use to you? You're like, no. Take me to Scotland. We're not going to Scotland. You're take me to Scotland now. You keep grabbing their head, pointing it towards Scotland. And eventually they give up. They're like, okay, we'll take you to Scotland. You know what you've done there? You've broken them in. And I think that's why we shouldn't do it. But I love horse people. If there is any secret ones in, you just didn't want to say. But I have actually, unfortunately, since moving to London, I've had to get a real job, which is, I know, rough for me. See, it's just hard. Like, all my friends have real jobs, you know? Like, some of my friends are doctors and they can do cool stuff, you know? Like, pay rent and... And I got FOMO. And one of my friends, actually, she's a doctor. She told me this the other week. She said, she gave me some good advice. She said, if you're stabbed, did you know this? The best thing to do is leave the knife in. Makes sense, you know, till you get to the hospital, stop you bleeding out. I was like, oh, great advice. And then I thought about it. I was like, I don't know how many stabbers are out there going, oh, no, you hang on to that. That's fine. I'll get it off you later, Actually, here's my number. When you're finished, rinse it off, post it back to me. Terrible advice. But no, so I've been doing some work, actually, as a teaching assistant. I've been working at a primary school, and it's a hard job, man. Teachers, I don't know how they do it. Because I think it's harder these days, because these days kids, fucked. Yeah. Honestly, all of them. Like, if you're sat there going, oh, not mine, yours are the worst. To be fair, I've only done it in East London, so I can't actually speak for all kids. But these kids, maniacs. They have little fights. Again, I work at a primary school, but they go fucking hard and pull these. They say the craziest stuff. Like, they've all have these thick East London accents, and sometimes they say stuff they've just heard like older kids at school say. And the other day, pulled these two 8-year-olds apart, told them off for fighting. One truly looked up at me and goes, "I'll fucking wet ya." Which is East London slang for stab you. I was like, whoa, first of all, calm down, Theodore. You can't pull that off, what? Oh. Also, wet me this morning, you wet yourself. Can't be making threats in your second pair of pants of the day. Embarrassing. Also, can we agree? I think, as an adult, I think wetting yourself more embarrassing than shitting yourself. Thank you. That is a lady who shit herself. Don't rat her out. What a snitch. Get him. No, but truly, okay, the rest of you weren't on board, but I love how on board you were. Because I think, you know, like, we've all had a dodgy kebab and trusted a fart, you know? Like it. But you can't trust a piss, what? That's insane, all right? Oh, okay, I've lost you. It's just this woman like, thank you, finally someone said it. So, yeah, shit yourself to your heart's content, I guess. But no, it is a fun job. I do like it. I went on a first aid course for the job, and we're practicing the Heimlich manoeuvre, where you got to, like, smack them quite hard. And they brought out these little kid-sized dummies for us to practice on. And there were other people there from other jobs who don't work with children, and they started to say, they were like, God, this feels really awful, you know, smacking a kid-shaped thing this hard. I didn't know how to say without losing my licence, you know. Give me that dummy! I've signed up for 4 more courses. Can't wait to electrocute little fuckers. Clear! Is he? Yeah! Oh, no, but I haven't done that, actually. I've just started feeding the kids Lego. And well, my favourite part, I'll tell you this before I go, my favourite part, they have all these little made-up swear words, or sometimes they'll get confused with regular words that they think are swear words but are just words. The other day, this kid came up to me in tears. He goes, Becky, Hayden called me the K word. I was like, what's the K word? Then he just straight up goes, cunt. I was like, oh, I should have seen that coming, actually. Turns out that kid is German, so, you know, makes sense. You guys have been so lovely. If you've liked me, you can find me on social media or in cinemas in the next Minions movie, you know. Any one of those little yellow bastards could be me. You guys have been lovely. I've been Becky Umbers. Thank you so much.